What's going on, everybody? It's your boy X here, and I'm back with another video. Real quick before we get started, excuse my if you guys hear my AC in the background, just ignore it and stuff. I have my door closed right now, and I have a very small room, so it gets super hot in here because it's hot outside. Because my kids are home and stuff like that, and I don't want them to make too much noise, stuff like that, because I wanted to focus on this. So if you hear my my air conditioner and the audio sounds a little bit off and stuff, I apologize, but I want to turn it off, and then it gets super hot in here and I start sweating. So how you guys doing today and stuff like that? Oh man, this week, ah man, we have Black Panther, which everybody's hyped for except me. And then later this week we have Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. So it was dry. It was like dry, like stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, it was dry this month and stuff like that. But of course, we all know as soon as next month, October, November, that's when the big gigs are coming out. But I think like 2022 is really what's gonna be it. But today I'm gonna be reacting to the War of Wakanda war table and stuff like that. If you guys don't know, Black Panther comes out tomorrow for Marvel's Avengers and stuff like that. Everybody's hyped as it's a huge big deal and stuff like that. I made a video about it saying, could this save Marvel's Avengers? Probably not and stuff like that, because it will take like more than one character to do that and stuff, and like probably like a couple more expansions. But I was playing stuff like that. I have to reinstall it and stuff like that tonight, so that way I can play it the character tomorrow and stuff like that. And after I play it, I'm gonna get my thoughts, my stuff like that. I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna get my thoughts on it and stuff like that. What I thought about it, stuff like that. But without further ado, if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, make sure to be out, because they'll turn out so much. If you guys have not checked out my other video, I did a whole review of the Back for Blood beta, stuff like that. It's up on my channel right now. You can go check it out and stuff like that. That game is fun and stuff like that. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
My father came to your beautiful country when I was a child. He had heard about the mythical vibranium. But the Black Panther said they had no vibranium to give. He slit my father's throat. That panther is dead. So you will have to do. You and your people.
You finally agreed to accept help, and it is from outside.
The claw?
That is not like you.
I am not accepting help. I am giving it.
Then let me send you.
Oh, another thing, Christopher Judge is the voice of Black Panther in this. I know I forgot to say in my other video, but yes, it's a boy Kratos from God of War. Yeah, so he's the voice of this, which is pretty awesome.
Teams to the corrupted sites. Take the Dora Milaje with you. Do something other than driving yourself headfirst into danger.
I am not just a king on a throne.
The Siri?
I am the Black Panther.
Then show us you can be both.
I will. Finish the job, boys.
They are attacking the shield around Peninsula.
Okay.
Can't you join us below it?
You should embrace your spiritual side.
Got a couple toys just for you, Panther.
Here they come.
Finally, we're finding actual guys instead of AIM robots.
Evacuate the borderland.
Country crumbling at my feet. The whole place is coming down.
Welcome to the War Table for Wakanda, a walkthrough of the new expansion starring
All right.
Black Panther, coming to Marvel's Avengers tomorrow at no additional cost. War for Wakanda is an exciting new release that aims at refreshing the Marvel's Avengers experience and is the largest and most ambitious expansion since launch. We're excited to welcome Black Panther to Marvel's Avengers, and today we're going to share details with you about the story campaign, new gameplay, enemies, and
Okay.
more.
Okay.
And of course, we couldn't bring the king to Avengers without also bringing his kingdom. So we'll be unveiling some new details and footage of Wakanda as well. To ensure our War for Wakanda story does justice to such an important hero, our narrative team enlisted the help of well-known writer and Black Panther expert Evan Narcisse, author of The Rise of the Black Panther Marvel Comics. From the very first meeting the team had with Evan, they felt a special magic and are really proud of the work they've done to craft an original story and bring Black Panther to life. Together, they threw themselves into the challenge of both respecting and celebrating existing Black
I
Panther
love
stories
Black Panther
and
suit.
bringing the culture of Wakanda to life. Here's Evan to tell you more about himself.
Hi everybody, it's Evan Narcisse. I'm here, of course, to talk about the War for Wakanda expansion for Marvel's Avengers. When we were working on the War for Wakanda story, the narrative team and I drew inspiration from so many different story arcs in the comics, dating back to the Black Panther storylines such as Who is the Black Panther by Reginald Hudlin and John Romita Jr., and A Nation Under Her Feet by Ta-Nehisi Coates and Brian Stelfreeze. So these stories were, of course, so important to how we thought about our version of the Black Panther. When we were working on the narrative for War for Wakanda, it was essential for us to tell a Wakandan story, even though it takes place in the Avengers universe. And of course, Wakanda is its own sovereign African nation. It's also the most advanced civilization on Earth. Its technological achievement is fueled by vibranium, a precious material found only in a meteor that crashed on Earth centuries ago. The kingdom is ruled by King T'Challa, the Black Panther. And in War for Wakanda, T'Challa faces a massive invasion unlike anything the country has ever faced before. T'Challa is a man who lives many roles. He's a king, he's a leader of an entire nation, and he's a brother. And this invasion will test him in all of those roles. It's going to be really difficult for him to figure out who he is and what he needs to be for Wakanda to be safe. This invasion is led by Ulysses Claw, a rogue scientist with a dark secret and a darker grudge. Claw's assembled an army of mercenaries, all of them equipped with deadly sonic technology and large spider-like mechs that he unleashes into the Wakandan jungle.
Okay.
Claw's being bankrolled by one of the world's most sinister organizations, and he uses all that money and all those resources to plant sonic fracking towers all over Wakanda so he can extract vibranium from the soil. This is a devastating process that corrupts the vibranium and creates clusters of deadly poisonous shards that show up all over the world. This, of course, is how the Avengers get involved in the war for Wakanda. After the 8-8 disaster, Wakanda closed its borders and cut off all communication with the outside world. After the dangerous corrupted vibranium starts to appear all over the globe, the Avengers travel to Wakanda to offer their help to King T'Challa. Another important character showing up in the expansion is Okoye. She's the captain of the Dora Milaje, an elite fighting force that answers only to the king. She's also
I think AIM is still
going
to play a part in
which
this.
means she tells the king stuff that everybody else is afraid to even voice. Along with Okoye, we've got Zavavari. He's a mystic who has this really tense, fraught relationship with the royal family. T'Challa's not the only member of the royal family showing up in this expansion. We also have his younger sister, Princess Shuri. She's the head of technological development in Wakanda. She doesn't agree with T'Challa's approach to dealing with Claw, and the War for Wakanda expansion exposes the fragility of T'Challa and Shuri's relationship. It sets up a series of confrontations that will test their bond, as well as their partnership with the Avengers. Even if they all find a way to come together, it may not be enough to stop the growing threat to Wakanda and its people. The narrative team and I, we created this new original Black Panther adventure, drawing on inspiration from so many amazing existing storylines from the comics and other iterations of the character. We all know and love this character so much and want to share that love with all of you guys, and we're so excited about bringing this new adventure to Marvel's Avengers for all of you to enjoy.
All right, the gameplay.
Black Panther is known for his cat-like agility and lethal claws. He is an untouchable force that can pounce at any moment. The team has crafted a full arsenal of custom moves to capture his fighting style and bring him to life. Out
Okay.
of my sight is Black Panther's signature attack, which can be charged with intrinsic energy to perform the kinetic slash, a spiraling uppercut. From this move, Black Panther can branch in and out of the spinning strike-like combo. Pounce from the ground or the air to grab
Oh,
and
man.
unleash a flurry of claw strikes. The intrinsic meter is super important for Black Panther. You're going to want to prioritize blocking and parrying to store kinetic energy, which can then be released in a percussive blast. Black Panther's percussive blast unleashes all your stored energy in a large kinetic burst that knocks away nearby enemies and boosts Black Panther's melee damage for a short time. Perform a parry just before an enemy attack connects to turn their attack into a blast of kinetic energy that knocks them back and staggers nearby foes.
Okay.
Enemies who have recently been parried are easier to interrupt with attacks. Black Panther can construct daggers made of energy and vibranium which can be thrown at enemies, near or far.
Ooh.
His basic daggers will embed into targets, making them more vulnerable to melee damage. They're a great way to weaken an enemy before unleashing a barrage of melee attacks. The Kimoyo beads can target enemies or allies and provide either detrimental or restorative abilities to their targets.
I always said that Marvel's Avengers has their combat system was always A1. Like, you can say whatever you want about Marvel's Avengers, but that combat system that they have is, it's like on the same level as Batman Arkham Asylum, City, Night, and stuff like that. Like that, you know, one like the top 5 best combat systems for a superhero game.
The beads can be upgraded and provide additional support or offensive capabilities such as armor against attacks, destroying incoming projectiles, shooting
that's
enemy
Fanger.
targets, or dealing damage over time. Additional skills can be unlocked
Okay.
to supercharge your sprint, evade, signature, and combo finisher attacks using your intrinsic energy. There are so many ways to play Black Panther, but here are some powerful highlights. The Assault Heroic King's Mercy is a vibranium spear that can pin multiple targets and deal out large amounts of damage.
Wow.
The spear can be customized to explode on contact or create multiple smaller spears for rapid fire. Call upon the power of the Panther Goddess Bast to summon a spectral panther to charge through your foes and empower Black Panther with the energy from the ancestral plane, boosting defensive capabilities. Unleash supercharged attacks without expending any intrinsic energy. The ultimate can be customized to revive down heroes, weaken at nearby enemies, and even summon spectral warriors to fight alongside. Black Panther himself is a fully unique hero with the same amount of skills and gear as the rest of the Avengers. He'll have around 40 outfits and a full suite of emotes, takedowns, and nameplates for the marketplace. Releasing alongside the War for Wakanda expansion is an extensive refresh to the menu pages for Marvel's Avengers. Some of the biggest updates are related to the new unified character page. It contains everything associated with a hero in one easy-to-navigate space. Here you can manage your gear, cosmetics, emotes, and takedowns, as well as view hero and challenge
Wow.
challenges, so you can get back to the action more quickly.
I wasn't expecting
This update
that.
includes commonly requested improvements for managing a hero's loadout, including more easily comparing items, locking your favorite gear for safety, and dismantling multiple items at once. Offer
Wow.
from anywhere adds an extra layer of convenience. This only scratches the surface of UI improvements our team has crafted for you in this update.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. A UI overhaul? Yeah, 'cause that UI was a
As
little.
Evan mentioned earlier, we have drawn a lot of inspiration from the Black Panther comics, while striving to make a unique and respectful rendition of Wakanda and its cast of characters. War for Wakanda features a full new biome, the jungles of Wakanda, showing off both the rich and amazing history of this ancient, unconquered African country, but also the futuristic, symbiotic technology of contemporary Wakanda. At the center is the Wakandan capital, Bernanzana, where our new outpost is located. It features King T'Challa's throne room from where he rules, and the command center where all important decisions regarding the country's security takes place. Shuri's lab houses the nerve center for Wakanda's Kimoyo network. The spiritual annex is located on the lower floor, where Zavavari aids the royal family in the ways of mystical powers. The Wakanda mission design is built on the same foundation as Marvel's Avengers, but with new objectives and an extra focus on dangerous traversal, exploration, and puzzles. Almost all War for Wakanda content is multiplayer enabled, apart from the introduction mission, which is single player only. This is where Black Panther is introduced and celebrated as a new, unique hero.
Okay. So, and okay.
War for Wakanda features a full A-list cast of actors, helmed by Christopher Judge as Black Panther. Christopher is best known for playing Kratos in the latest God of War game,
of course,
from the TV show Stargate. Shuri is played by Erica Luttrell, known from Dishonored, Westworld, and Apex Legends. Okoye is played by Deborah Wilson from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Zavavari is played by Dave Fennoy, best known from the Walking Dead games. Steve Bloom is going all in as the villain Ulysses Claw. To get the Wakandan accent just right, we worked closely with Beth McGuire, the dialect coach from the Black Panther movie. Beth has had multiple coaching sessions with each of the key actors to ensure that the accents are properly delivered and has been an integral part of the voice sessions. As you may have already noticed, Wakanda will release with several new enemies. The main villain is Black Panther's nemesis from the comics, Ulysses Claw, also known simply as Claw. And we're bringing a new sonic rendition of him to life based on his iconic Marvel look. Claw's story is linked to Wakanda, and we're excited to reveal our all-new version of his origins in this expansion. Claw has brought with him a team of mercenaries. They have a variety of vibranium and sonic-powered weapons and
finally new
a real
enemies.
challenge for Black Panther and the Avengers. We're also introducing a new menace, the spider-like crawlers. They come in different variants, including smaller-sized scout crawlers and large hunter crawlers. We're excited to announce the legendary comic villain Crossbones as Claw's head lieutenant, and to debut Wakanda with two new villains in one expansion. Crossbones, or Brock Rumlow, is a sociopathic super mercenary who works for the highest bidder, and he's ready to lead the invasion of Wakanda. Crossbones is a formidable foe and has an impressive arsenal at his disposal, including an impenetrable shield that makes him immune to many of Black Panther's attacks. Discover Crossbones' origins and find out how the Avengers created their own enemy. Thank you for joining us for our War for Wakanda War Table.
And then of course we're gonna have those AIM robots. Yeah, Marvel's Avengers has been on the rocky path. Not gonna lie, but what I'm seeing here from them, it looks like they're trying to step up. We're getting changes. We're getting UI fixes. We're getting features that we requested that should have been in the game at launch and stuff. We get a new map and stuff like that, more expansive. It's just look. Maybe this is the game finally turning around. But before I get out of here and stuff, I just want to take it way back and stuff. Like I said, they did say they're gonna have new enemies, so I know the memes going around about, oh my god, the AIM robots and stuff like that. Everybody was so sick and tired of fighting AIM robots, including me and stuff like that. But now they're gonna have I think the Claw faction, where Claw is the big baddie and stuff like that. So he brought some mercenaries and stuff like that. They have new tech and abilities and stuff like that, which look like they're gonna give us a run for their money, stuff like that. Like they got special powers, abilities, stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of like Spider-Man Miles Morales and stuff like that. You know how their abilities like handle. So yeah, so I'm really excited to see. They also said that there's going to be, these spider-like creatures, which you could call them like AIM robots 2.0 and stuff like that, because they are robotic and stuff. And there's going to be like a new villain and stuff like that. I think like a mercenary. So this may be like a boss sector that they call them and stuff like that for a boss battle. So not too much there, but let's go all the way. They're talking about the story and stuff like that, which, I'm going to spare it, because when I first played Marvel Avenger, the story wasn't that bad and stuff. It was actually pretty good, stuff like that. But the way that his gameplay is and stuff like that, his attacks and stuff, it all blends together. So I'm really I'm looking forward to see how his like combos is and stuff like that. Um, you know, they're gonna have like different suits and stuff like. Well, that suit looks raw. But they did, I guess. So they did get the guy from. I'm not a comic head and stuff like that, but they did get the guy who wrote some of the Black Panther comics and stuff like that. So the story has to be good and stuff. It has to be. But you know, I like I said, I don't want to have no expectations stuff like that because I want to go into this, with an open mind because the Avengers has improved and stuff. It has improved since launch stuff like that. I have a complicated history with Avengers and stuff like that. I love the game for its combat system. The fact that you can play as your favorite hero stuff like that. But the mission design, the concept, it's so grindy stuff like that. The loot really doesn't make a difference because it doesn't change the appearance on your character. Those things kind of irked me and stuff like that and turned me off. So the fact that they didn't talk about the mission design in here kind of makes me worried that we got the same style of missions. I hope not. Maybe they could switch that around, but I don't know. So you see his little combos and stuff like that, little uppercut. Just, of course, he attacks like Spider-Man. He has that agility and stuff like that, that cat-like reflex and stuff. So, so maybe he's gonna be everybody's main and stuff. Has to be, don't know, but what it looks like is looking good. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, we had the AIM robots with the new enemy faction and stuff. I hope that they dial back and stuff because a lot of the enemies are a bit spongy, especially when it comes to damage, especially the higher difficulties. So I hope, but what it looks like here, like destroyed, the thing has A, B, C, D. I hope that it's just not the same mission design as that we've been playing for the last couple of things, but it probably is going to be. I hope not. But let's get to what I really want to talk about is this UI change right here. I think this is like UI 2.0. This right here is a big, huge improvement over the original and stuff like that. So now you can be able to change your gear and stuff like that. So it's all in one place. So you have your nameplates, your little stats, your outfit, your emote and stuff. I said it a long time that I didn't like the UI in Marvel's Avengers because it was too cluttered and you have to scroll to different tabs, stuff like that. Everything was spaced out. But now you have everything in one place. Your artifacts, your gear, your challenge cards and stuff, which I never did because most of that was basically like microtransaction based and stuff like that. Your takedowns, comics. It looks like that you have new loadouts, which I guess you can, create like different pieces of loot and that have perks to fit your gameplay style and stuff like that. I always love loadouts and stuff like that. I'm giving more the options, stuff like that, skills and stuff. And it just looks fantastic and stuff. It looks like they really went back, and said, okay, we gotta like tweak this and fix this and stuff. Now how it's gonna play out, don't know, but here you can see that this is what you have, and now when you scroll over, you can compare it to the thing that you have on. Now, again, I love looter shooters, stuff like that. I would prefer to see the loot on your character, but they do it. They do it because they want to sell you the skins and stuff like that. They don't want things to ruin the skins, which, okay, fine, whatever, and stuff like that, because they want you to spend your money to get cool skins and stuff like that, because to make more money. But I really don't really like that stuff like that. I wish that the loot and stuff like that could change the appearance of your character, and you can either opt out and say, okay, are you here? Just make it a feature. Just make it a feature where a person that doesn't care about skins can say, okay, I want my loot to change how my character looks. Turn it on. Or if you don't want that feature and you just want to rock a skin that you bought from the marketplace store and just say, no, I want to unchain this, you can turn it off. Just give us that feature. It's just like, you know, hopefully maybe in the future, but I don't know. But of course, you can see, you know, everything is in one spot. The takedowns, which the takedowns are back behind the challenge cards, and you know, and the microtransactions, which I really never liked. But yeah, so you can see here that you can compare your items and stuff. You know, all stuff that we already know and stuff. So I'm calling it like the UI 2.0 because that's how it basically looks. But yeah, so that's everything for Marvel's Avengers and stuff like that. Like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be playing. No, I'm gonna be playing through the expansion. No, leveling up Black Panther, stuff like that. You know, get into the nitty gritty and talk about all my stuff that I like and don't like and stuff like that. It's not gonna be a review. It's just gonna be like, you know, my impressions, like, you know, what I think about the expansion and stuff like that, and what's more to come about the UI and stuff like that. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, make sure the video out, because the channel out so much. And stay tuned for my uploads. Stay safe, guys. Take it easy. Peace.